I have not always been a bowl. There was a time when I was just a lump of clay. My master took me and cut me. She rolled and pummeled and pounded me over and over. And I yelled out, "Stop! I don't like it. When is this going to end? Let me alone." She just smiled and said, "Not yet." I was placed on a spinning wheel and spun around and around. "Stop it! I'm getting so dizzy. I'm going to be sick," I screamed. The creator spun me and poked and prodded and bent me out of shape to suit herself, and then she put me in the oven. I never felt such heat. I yelled and knocked and pounded on the door. "Help! Get me out of here!" And just when I thought I couldn't bear it another minute, the door opened. She carefully took me out and placed me on the shelf, and I began to cool. Oh, that felt so good. This is much better, I thought. But after I cooled, she picked me up and sanded me down with rough paper that scratched me. Then she brushed and painted all over me. The fumes were horrible. "Oh, please, stop it! Stop it!" I cried. Then suddenly she put me back into the oven. Only it was not like the first time. This time it was twice as hot, and I just knew I would suffocate. I begged, I pleaded, I screamed, I cried. I was convinced I would never make it. I was ready to give up, and just then the door opened and she took me out. As she carried me away from the oven, I was convinced that all my master wanted to do was hurt me. Again, she placed me on the shelf. I cooled and I waited, all the while wondering, what was she going to do to me next? An hour later, she handed me a mirror and said, "Look at yourself." So I did. I said, "That's not me. That couldn't be me. It's beautiful. I'm beautiful."
I want you to remember then. I know it hurts to be pummeled and pounded, but had I just left you alone, you'd have dried up. I know it made you dizzy to spin around on the wheel, but if I had stopped, you would have crumbled. I know it hurt, and it was hot and disagreeable in the oven, but if I had not put you there, you would have cracked. I know the fumes were bad when I brushed and painted you all over, but if I hadn't done that, you never would have hardened. You would not have had any color in your life. And if I had not put you back in that second oven, you wouldn't have survived for long, because the hardness would not have held. Now you are a finished product. Now you are what I had in mind when I first began.